Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Advance. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we give you guys the first perspective on things. And we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on the DREAMERSPRO podcast. So what happened? As you guys know, recently the Dallas Cowboys got eliminated in the playoffs, and it broke a lot of people's heart. I don't follow football like that, but I know a lot of people were pissed off because the Dallas Cowboys are the most successful. I think they're probably the most valuable American sports team. Yeah, I think they are. I think they're the most valuable sports team in the world. I could be wrong, but the Dallas Cowboys are a big deal when it comes to, from monetarily. They have a lot of fans all over the world that follow them, right? And they're widely known as America's team. Now, some people disagree with that. Why are you calling them? That's irrelevant. That's what people think. So what happened? The Dallas Cowboys went out there and they didn't perform well. Now, Micah Parsons, who I know a little bit about, is one of the best defensive players in the NFL. At one point, people were saying he is the best defensive player. So what happens? They go out there to lose the game. Dak Prescott, people are going out there saying whatever it is they feel about him. I didn't even watch the game, but I heard what people were saying about him. So what happened is, you guys know, Skip Bayless is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Whenever they win, he comes on there and slams on the table talking about, how about them Cowboys, right? Then they got Michael Irvin. He's on there as well. Former Dallas Cowboy there. So they're trying to really tap into that market, tap into that fan base. So what happens? The Dallas Cowboys lose, right? And then it's the following day, and then Skip Bayless comes in, and usually he has a lead in and a monologue where he kind of preps the audience for the show. And in this monologue, he starts going off on the Dallas Cowboys. And in the middle of it, he then brings in Micah Parsons and starts taking shots at him and disses him all over the place. And I was like, even for me at the time, before I even heard his response, I'm like, God damn, like, bro, take it easy, right? Take it easy. So that's what we want to get into. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's a sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/DREAMERSPRO. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Skip Bayless had to say about Micah Parsons, and then we want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say there.
Yeah, easy for you to say, Wayne. It's a great morning for you because you sat right here at this desk on Friday, and you all but guaranteed your Packers would win easily at my Cowboys. And you were so right. And I was so wrong to even remotely trust Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott as 7.5-point favorites at Jerry World, where they had only won 16 straight games. Yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys got exposed as gutless, heartless, leaderless playoff frauds. Frauds. That was by far the most shocking and devastating and humiliating playoff loss in Dallas Cowboy history. My lowest moment ever as a lifelong diehard Cowboy fan. Not your typical fall on your face. This was all time. I threw all my Cowboy gear in the trash last night, and it will stay there. Mike McCarthy has to go today. His replacement has to be, to me, Jim Harbaugh, not Bill Belichick. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. And there is no way Dak Prescott deserves a big contract extension now, not after throwing 2 first-half interceptions, 1 a pick six, that led to Green Bay 27-0 before halftime? Before halftime. Not after Dak Prescott got into it early with CD and somehow made him mad. I didn't see that coming. Jordan Love is so much better than Dak. I'd love to see if Trey Lance can turn into Jordan Love. Now, would you believe, I hope defensive coordinator Dan Quinn gets a head coaching job. Now I'm not so sure he will, because how do you sell 27-0? How do you sell 48-16 with 6 minutes left in the game? Micah Parsons, he's so overrated. He had the worst pass rush game of his entire career yesterday. Only 1 pressure, 0 sacks, 0 tackles for loss, 1 solo tackle, and 1 assist. Are you kidding me? January 14th, 2024. A day that will live in Cowboy infamy.
So you heard what he had to say. Well, apparently Micah Parsons caught a whiff of his comments, and he took to Twitter to respond to Skip Bayless, and he had the following response to him. He said, you just a hating ass mofo who mad I ain't want to do your show. Where was all of this when you were on my nuts wanting me to come on your show every Tuesday? You lame as you know what, Skip, real what, bleep. Fake ass Cowboy fan. So Micah Parsons was pretty upset with Skip Bayless for what he had to say. What are my thoughts on this? Well, Skip Bayless is a Dallas Cowboy fan, right? And I think that he reacted in a way most fans react. I follow the Lakers because we produce basketball content. You're going to talk about the Lakers inevitably. And I see how Laker fans react when the team does well and when the team loses. Fire the coach, trade this guy, trade that guy. In the case of the NFL, when you're playing in the playoffs, you only, what is it? 1 win, 1 loss, so you're out, in or out, whatever. I'm assuming the emotions are escalated in a situation like that, and you're going to have a lot of fans with emotions that are running high. And I think that's exactly what we saw in the case of Skip Bayless. I think if the Dallas Cowboys had gone out there and won and performed really well, and Micah Parsons played very well, he was going to be heaping a whole bunch of praise on him. But that's not what happened. They lost. And Skip Bayless did what a fan would do. Now, let's get to the personal side of it, to the part where Micah Parsons was talking about, you wanted me on your show, and then just because I didn't come on your... I can understand what he's talking about, because I think that Micah Parsons is used to the criticism. I think he can expect that to a certain degree from fans. But in the case of Skip Bayless, he's like, bro, you wanted me on your show. You wanted me on your show, and now all of a sudden you're trashing me. And I think that the reason Skip did it was because it was good content. It was good content. So Skip wasn't thinking about the fact that he invited you on his show. He was just thinking about what's the best intro to my show. And then if it's going to be at your expense, so be it. And that's exactly what I think it is. Skip thrives off of that. And as a matter of fact, it's controversy. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he talks about it, because he thrives off of stuff like that, right? And I think Micah Parsons thought that, oh, well, they built a rapport, off air because you invited me to your show. And he found out the hard way, like, nah, buddy, you didn't. It's all business. We're not friends here. Don't expect us to be friendly. Skip has done this before, and no one should really be surprised. Is it foul? Yes, but it's par for the course, man. This is what happens when you invest in these people and think, of course. I mean, look what he did to Shannon Sharp on his show. So who are you? And that's somebody that actually generates money. Like, that's his coworker. So if he did that to Shannon Sharp, who was somebody that was working on his show to make money, and they actually worked together to make money, who are you? So I wouldn't take it personal. Par for the course. It's to be expected. So these are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Skip did? Do you think it was in bounds, out of bounds? And what do you think about Micah Parsons' response? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.